So this is Susan. I just want to explain a really interesting, great success story. Susan has, well, I'll just let you say, just kind of tell us a little story about when you were in junior high school and what happened.
Okay. I gained weight during high school. I started when I was 104. I was 152 when I graduated, so I went from being quite thin to really being a little too heavy. Summer before college, I got a job that required me walking the long distance to and from work. And without realizing it, I lost about 15 pounds that summer, maybe 20 pounds. Then in college, the weight loss continued, and I graduated from college at 104 again. Got married a year or two after that. Over the course of my 25-year marriage, I went up to 298 pounds.
Wow. Now, you just kind of steadily went higher and higher and higher, right?
Yes.
And you did fin, you tried that?
I did go to a weight loss specialist and be on fin for a while, which I think was somewhat helpful to me, but I don't know, I didn't go back, so I didn't keep having it prescribed. I did Nutrisystems and I did other programs, more or less.
And then when you were at your peak, how did people view you? Can you feel that they look at you differently?
I think my children were a little embarrassed, or maybe more than a little. They sometimes made comments about so-and-so thought you were pregnant or thinks you're pregnant.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah. And I felt treated a little bit like a non-entity, or as somebody who maybe wasn't very bright or very smart or very ambitious, because I was weight a lot.
It's amazing how people look at people differently if they're overweight, almost like their IQ's lower or something like that, or they're lazy, or if you just exercise more and eat better. The other point is there was a turning point. I think it was around Christmas time that you decided that you have to turn things around. Tell me a little bit about that. I didn't like the fact that my weight was never stable, that it was on a constant going up. That was pretty scary. I have a son and 3 daughters. One day I looked up when they were teenagers and said, my daughters are all looking a little chubby. What is going on? Oh my gosh, Susan, what are you doing? You know, you've been hiding your head in the sand. You have to do something about this. Other than that, it was a good point in my life, and I just decided to start eating healthy and walking, which I did. And after a few months, I got this idea that maybe I should try a trainer, which I did. It's been fabulous. I love my trainer. I love working out. And I lost, over 18 months, I lost about 160 pounds. Now she has some consistency, and she enjoyed it as compared to, you didn't look at it as something that was very painful. You look forward to working out. I did.
I'm very lucky in that way. I didn't have any preconceived notions that, oh, I'm going to hate this, and in fact I don't hate it. I like it a lot. And I've always, in addition to the strength training, I've done a variety of cardio, but my main cardio is walking, and it's the most satisfying to me. And I think as they say, the cardio or the exercise you'll do is the best one.
Because your body type was more of an adrenal body type, the midsection, right?
Definitely.
So the walking would be the best thing. And you walk, just tell them how long you would walk per time, and then how many times per week.
Okay. Well, I walk 5 or 6 times a week. I started off, I think, doing 1 mile or 2 miles, but then my standard walk became 6 miles. And that May or June, after having a healthier lifestyle for 6 months and having lost about 100 pounds, I signed up for a 17-mile walk. And I did do that. It was a 17-mile one-day walk, and I did do that. So about 6 months after I started.
So you were walking also 6 times a week.
Yes.
Right? And you were walking 2 hours each time, right?
Yes.
In your spare time.
That's right. That's right.
And were you working at the time too?
I worked for myself, so yes, I was working, and I did have 4 children at home.
Just kind of squeezed it in there.
But it's pleasurable for me, and tension reducing, and I made it a priority, definitely.
Great. Now your viewpoint, and I'm really interested in your attitude because it's so positive. You never really had any doubts. You didn't have any
anything. You're just going to go for it, and it's just going to happen, right? Is that the viewpoint?
That was my viewpoint because I knew that I was lucky with a basically healthy body. I didn't think I had any issues or physical things that were really stopping me. I knew that I ate horribly, and I knew that I didn't really exercise. So if I changed some of those things, I had to have results.
See, that's just the thing. If you remove any other barriers someone has, like sleeping, she didn't have that. So she just need to plug in the right type of workout, which is not intensity at first, and then you got into intense type interval training.
Yes, because I've continued to work with the trainer.
And then, how do people look at you now when people see you walking down the street? Like, tell me what they say.
Well, we happened to change neighborhoods a little bit at the time that I started. So over the years, I've run into a lot of people who haven't seen me in a long time, and generally, if I say hello to them, they have no idea who I am, just totally clueless. And then sometimes from the voice, they'll say, "Susan?" And yeah, and they're just overwhelmed and extremely supportive, thrilled, impressed. It was certainly very motivating and very gratifying. It is today. I met a really good friend recently who I haven't seen in about 10 years, and she had no idea who I was. No idea.
Wow. And then you feel better energy-wise too, a little bit better, right?
Oh, I do. I feel great all the time. I know my body will do whatever I ask it to do. I never think about it one way or the other.
That's exactly the attitude that someone needs. So she's actually 42, and she's doing pretty good for 40. I'm just kidding.
I wish I was 42. I'm 54. I'm going to be 55 in 2 weeks.
It's incredible. So you can see that she's so alive, and that really helps out. And then, what would you say to someone who is struggling in their 50s to give them a little hope?
I would say you can do it. Don't pay attention to the articles that say you're postmenopausal, you're middle-aged, it's harder, blah, 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 blah. Just
ignore that.
Just
right?
ignore that. Yeah, well, really, just ignore it and do what you know you should do. I mean, make your diet healthier and do some exercise that you enjoy.
Great, thank you so much. And I just want to stand up and just so we can see you don't have a stomach anymore. And if you need to push that back a little bit. The camera. So you can see. Can you see her waist? It's like nothing.
I can just take it down.
So there's absolutely no waste, and you're not sucking in your stomach.
Not really. No.
No. So this is fantastic. So well done, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.